Hello everyone, and welcome back to another missed over video. Today we're gonna start another series inside this series, and it's something that you guys, for some weird reason, request a lot. And it's about cannibalism, arson, and obsession. I found a few cases that you guys requested that fit this category, but we're gonna discuss about some of society's most disturbed killers. Let's talk and then eat the victims. Others set murderous places. We're gonna try to, we're not gonna try to understand. We're gonna learn about the why behind it, or what the experts believe is the why behind it. Today we're gonna talk about, or the title is Killing to Consume. I must admit that every single time I talk about something like this, I get a lot of unintentional gagging. I swear that don't do it on purpose. It's something in me that makes me feel physically sick, and you probably got a little bit of that when I share the story of Albert Fish. It's hard, really, to understand what could drive one person to eat another, but sadly, it has happened more often than you like to imagine. So there you go. Stories of serial cannibalism have been the stuff of folklore, and really since medieval times, when legendary characters such as the Scotsman's Christie Cleek, a butcher, and clanhead Sawney Bean were said to have devoured the flesh of their human victims. See, didn't know about that one. I learned about it recently. But there have also been cannibals who were all too real. Here are some of the more horrifying examples from the last 100 years. And that's how we're gonna kick off this series. In Germany, Karl Denke was arrested in 1924. So, yeah, this is not a new thing, okay? He was arrested after attacking a man with an axe. Well, I'll save my comment. Police searching his home found human flesh and in huge jars of curing salt. I saw some picture of this. I don't know if it was a recreation, if it was some, I don't know what it was, but it was sick. He also had records of more than 40 people that he had murdered. this is not a sick individual. I don't know what it is. This makes some of the worst serial killers look like little toddlers or something. And Hamilton Albert Fish, aka The Gray Man. I have a series on it if you want to check it out. I think it's a 2-part that we did in collaboration with another girl. That sadly she's not making any more videos, but I'll have both videos in the description box below. Now, this guy, Albert Fish, used a meat. Is it clever? I don't never know how to pronounce that. And I looked it up and I forgot. A butcher knife as well, and saw to torture and kill children. I mean, he had his 3 tools that were important for him. And not men, but children. After his victims died, he mutilated them and cannibalized their remains. In one case, he sent a letter to the parents of a 10-year-old victim describing which parts tasted the best. I swear. Gosh, I mean, this is just too much. He was caught, in case you didn't know, he was caught and executed in 1935. Now, let's keep going, shall we? Because since we're talking about disgustingness and very sick individuals, let's talk about Joachim Kroll, who began raping and murdering people in 1955 when he was only 22 years old. He did this for over 2 decades in the Duisburg area of Germany. Well, I mean, Germany was not the place to be at the time. And please, I'm being sarcastic, and I'm trying to make things a little bit lighter. There's nothing wrong with Germany. Love you guys, but I mean, you kind of agree with me that was not the time to be in Germany. And I mean, Carl Denke and this guy and Fritz Harman, and I mean, I don't know. Were they even related? Maybe, I don't know. That's, yeah. When he was 22 years old again, he had this spree over 2 decades in Germany. He often cooked body parts in order to save money on groceries. Okay, this is okay. He confessed to a total of 14 murders and died of a heart attack in prison in 1991. Well, I'm sorry, but the groceries, really? You wanted to save money on groceries? Go hunting. Go and fish. And grab and go to a lake and find the most disgusting catfish that you can find and eat it. But really, I mean, I'm sorry, the whys in this little piece of article, and okay. Now let's talk about Nikolai Zumaglev, who raped and hacked to death 7 women in Almaty, Kazakhstan in 1979 and 1980, and ate their remains. Well, thank you, people who wrote this article. So you kind of avoided all the disgusting part. We all get it, they were cannibals. So now, in Turkey, Ankara, Turkey, in 2007, Özgür Cengiz this. I'm sure I'm butchering all these names. I'm so sorry, but sorry to you, but not to this. Okay, never mind. Admitted killing one man. He reportedly skinned the victim's corpse with a tool and then he ate some of it raw and put the remaining flesh in the refrigerator. After he was caught, he told the police, quote, "I love to eat human flesh. It made me ecstatic." Well, there's something seriously wrong with you. Then Stephen Griffiths, who butchered 3 women and claimed to have consumed 2 of them in Bradford, England in 2010. And then Matej Karko, the Sloke cannibal who was killed in a shootout with police in 2011. Investigators found body parts of 2 missing Slovakian women in the refrigerator. Well, okay, they killed a guy and then surprised there is no hamburger helper. That's just, oh gosh, I mean, really. So let's talk about a couple of extra things that kind of will close on the killings to consume and what drove them to commit these horrible crimes. In a jailhouse interview with Albert Fish, psychiatrist Frederick Wortham met and interviewed him again in jail. This was in 1935. This psychiatrist later said that he was shocked that Fish seemed meek, gentle, benevolent, and polite. The psychiatrist added, "If you wanted someone to entrust your children to, he would be the one you would choose." No, but thanks for letting me know that this guy could have tricked a professional. He also said that Fish explained his motives this way. This is in Albert's words. "I always had a desire to inflict pain on others and to have others inflict pain on me. I always seemed to enjoy everything that hurt. The desire to inflict pain, that is all that is uppermost." Yeah. I guess if you're going to hire somebody, just ask them what, if they avoid pain or if they like it. I mean, this guy pretty much explained himself in a couple of sentences, yet really doesn't make sense for most people. Let's talk about cannibal psychology to close this episode, I guess. And here is what goes on in the mind of these murderers. Okay, you explain that to me. Freudian psychologists suggest that cannibalism may relate to childhood trauma involving profound feelings of anxiety over separation from the mother. Well, I had horrible anxiety over separation from my mother in preschool, and it lasted for about 3 years. Yeah, I don't think so. According to this expert, these individuals often become verbally aggressive, and in extreme cases, they might act on an urge to literally absorb a person by eating him or her. Yeah, not understanding childhood trauma, and posit that extreme stress at any time of life can trigger defiant behavior. Well, newsflash, most people have extreme stress. Yeah. Still doesn't explain it. Many of the individuals found to have committed acts of cannibalism are diagnosed with schizophrenia or some other form of personality disorder. I know of a couple schizophrenic people, and yeah, I don't think that they are capable of doing something like this. In some of the most horrific cases, I should say, the perpetrators confessed of having some kind of a sexual satisfaction from fantasizing about and consuming humans. Well, for many cannibal killers who are almost always men, the act of cutting up the meat itself is sexually exciting, making them feel powerful and in control. Yeah, no. For an isolated and resentful loner, cannibalism fills a void. Killing and eating a victim may make an offender feel as if he is no longer alone, that he will always have his victims with him in having committed the act. It can become addictive. The killer craves a repetition of the feeling, whatever the cause. The particularly heinous crime remains a subject of horrified fascination. Yeah, well, I am so sorry, Mr. Expert and Freudian psychologist. This is probably what your research threw at you in your face. But I don't, yeah, I'm sorry. The gist is, no. Don't tell me that these are the reasons that these people commit. I'm sorry, I rather believe it's a mystery why they do that. But please do not excuse these people by having some kind of stress or it just really doesn't make sense. Most people go through these three things in their lives at some point in their lives. As far as, stress, anxiety, and there's a lot of people with schizophrenia that I'm sure will agree with me that they never consider that. So, yeah, this is how science explains this sick behavior. Yet, I don't buy it. Sorry. What do you think? Do you think that extreme cases of stress or anxiety, separation, childhood separation from your parents, schizophrenia, do you think those are the reasons why they did this? I'd love to know. Thank you so